sun shining today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today.
Good morning, everyone. Well, it's July 4th, 2024, and I've just driven over Trail Ridge Road. I think it's just before 2 a.m. right now. And I have an adventure ahead of me. Last year, I was hiking in the Never Summer Mountains, and I saw a perspective that I thought was really beautiful and have been wanting to photograph it at sunrise. And so this morning, I'm heading out dark and early. I'm leaving the Holsworth Historic Site, and we'll soon cross the Kawanichi Valley and begin climbing upward to the Grand Ditch. I think I've got about 6 miles to go, maybe several thousand feet of elevation gain. I don't know the exact amount to get up to the spot, and my hope is to get there just before sunrise. Now, I'm trying to get just this one photo, but I'll probably take a few others along the way. It should be a fun morning. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad to bring you along with me. I don't know how many of you have ever watched the sunrise from on top of the Never Summer Mountains. If you want to see it, come on along with me. It should be a great morning. We'll see you up on the mountain. Well, I'm up at the Grand Ditch right now and making some good progress. Took me about an hour to get up here. And right now I'm actually walking with my headlamp off, just enjoying the multitude of stars above me. All right, good morning everyone from the top of the world. I'm up on Mount Nimbus on the Never Summer Range. I don't normally share where I photograph from, but this terrain is all talus and rock and not likely to be damaged. I have an agreement with the National Park that I don't share locations that are off trail to protect them from damage. But I think this place is pretty safe, and I don't think too many people are going to follow me up here. But it's turning out to be a beautiful morning. Let you have a look around. Grand Lake and the Kawanichi Valley is down there, and waiting for, this is Mount Baker that I've come up to photograph, and I'm getting a little bit of the earth shadow, which is what I'm after. And yeah, it's gonna be a gorgeous morning. But I made a little bit of a mistake last night. I misjudged the distance to get here. It's actually 2 miles further than I thought. And the rock coming up here was a lot looser than I was anticipating, making it a lot slower going. So I really had to scramble to make up the time. But I just got here with moments to spare. I'll set up this little camera, let you watch me, and then I'll talk a little bit later and share some more with you. And we'll get to watch this gorgeous sunrise together. And this looks gorgeous, just like what I was hoping, although I wasn't sure I was going to make it here on time this morning. There's a really nice view up here of Lake Granby and Mount Baker together. You can get a little of the Kawanichi Valley in as well, and so I'll try and share one of those with you too. The light isn't the best, but I can see Long's Peak off in the distance, and boy, she sure stands out tall. It's very different from what you're used to. Okay, here's sunrise this morning. the other direction. This is where I'm photographing. It's starting to get a little bit chilly up here. It's probably about freezing, but I'm very grateful because we don't have any wind up here this morning. Got a swallow flying around, checking me out. I'm going to do a photograph here of, I believe it's Mount Cirrus. Block the sunlight from the camera lens. There we go. Yeah, it'd be nice with a more interesting sky, but this will do for now. All right, and then there's a scene over here with Mount Bowen that I think looks really pretty. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm taking multiple exposures for the depth of field and for the exposure to try and get this to work. If it works, I'll show it to you now. And I think that looks lovely. Well, I'm heading over towards Mount Cirrus. It's looking pretty spectacular. Well, I've made quite a bit of progress, slowly making my way across all of the talus. I climbed Cirrus, and I have one more mountain I want to climb today, and that is Mount Cumulus. And I'll just go up this ridge line that you can see over here. I can't actually point to it, but this ridge line, I'll walk up and then down the other side, and then I'll start making my way back to the car. But it's been a lovely morning. The light was really brief. Didn't have a lot of time to work with it, but it's still just wonderful to be out here. And it looks like it's going to be a great 4th of July. I don't see a cloud in the sky as far as I can see. Well, I hope you're enjoying this brief tour of part of the Never Summer Mountains. Not many people get up here. It's really a lot of loose, rough rock. Some of it volcanic in some areas. This is a beautiful part of Rocky Mountain National Park, that's for sure. I'm not sure how the summit of Mount Cumulus ended up with a boat paddle. There's not much water around here. At least it's a long way down to it. Well, I'm going to continue on and over this next ridge, and then I'll make my way down to the Grand Ditch. I'll see you when I get a little further down. So my goal is to go down there and avoid the snowfield because it's steep.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing
I've
until
got a couple of bighorn sheep watching me over here.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. And I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees.
Well, I didn't film very much on the way down as I was pretty tired. I pushed myself a bit too hard on the way up, trying to get there before sunrise. I'm happy with the photos I made this morning and feel like overall it was a successful trip. In the end, it was about 19 miles and about 5,000 feet of elevation gain. Before I go, I should note that you should not attempt these mountains unless you have a lot of experience in this type of terrain. I spent 20 years exploring the mountains of Rocky Mountain National Park, and as you may have noticed at the beginning of this video, I use a satellite tracking system. I also let someone know exactly the route I'm taking, when to expect my return, and then I stick to my planned route. Well, thank you for joining me on this trip. If you enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. And if you want to see what I do with these photos, then visit my gallery in Estes Park or check out my website, imagesofrmnp.com. I'll see you all in the next video. To help you prepare for your visit to Rocky Mountain National Park, visit my website, rockymountainnationalpark.com. For hiking guides, calendars, coffee table books, and more, visit rockytrailpress.com. And when you arrive, be sure and stop by my gallery in downtown Estes Park. It's called Images of RMNP.